Hello guys, right now we want to talk about LGBT. First of all, what is LGBT? LGBT is an acronym for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer or questioning. Also referred to as the gay community. This community generally celebrates pride, diversity, individuality, and sexuality. LGBT organization and subculture unite by common cultural and social movement. LGBT activities and sociologists see LGBT community building as a counterbalance to heterosexism, homophobia, biphobia, transphobia, sexualism, and conformance pressure that exists in the larger society. The term pride, or sometimes gay pride, is used to express the LGBT community's identity and collective strengths. But now, we want to talk about why we should abolish LGBT in Indonesia. First of all, the result of study published in the Journal of Science show that in twin homosexual male twins both have special markers associated with this type of sexual orientation, namely on X chromosome called XQ28. So that means environmental factor that influence the child during his development and also environmental factor when he has reached adulthood also play a role. Conversely, people who do not have genes associated with homosexual sex orientation, if continuously exposed to an environment that support homosexual behavior, will also be affected and undergo this homosexual sex orientation because the environment in which he is in the support of his behavior and justifies his behavior. This is what is called gay as a lifestyle and has absolutely nothing to do with genetic factor. Also, LGBT behavior is included in unhealthy sexual behavior. This behavior is always associated with sexual intercourse that is not reasonable and is very potential affect badly disease human immunodeficiency virus and acquired immune deficiency syndrome or HIV/AIDS. The number of HIV/AIDS sufferers in 2016 was 41,250, an increase from 2050 about 37%. Second, the most important thing is Indonesia is a religious country. Article 1, paragraph 3 of the UUD's Hanhan 1945. Thus, this reasoning means that other countries do not have a law. No, what discusses Indonesia law from the law of the other country is that Indonesia has a legal basis, namely Pancasila. Pancasila, as Indonesia people know, is a basic ideological foundation for Indonesia state, which consists of 5 precepts, namely 1. Godhead, 2. Fair and civility, humanity, 3. Unity of Indonesia, 4. Democracy led by wisdom in deliberation representation, 5. Social justice for all the people in Indonesia. Indonesia does adhere to a democratic system, but still Indonesia still prioritizes religion as a state, and that is not included in the first principle of Pancasila. None of the religions in Indonesia agree or even strongly oppose LGBT people. 3. Indonesia consists of many tribes and culture. Tribes and culture in Indonesia are very strong and are closely related to religion. Cultural norms and valuables that exist in Indonesia are inseparable from the region itself. Even you have to know some tribes in Indonesia strictly forbid marrying one clan. 4. LGBT is very deviant behavior. LGBT actors voice their right based on human rights. Meanwhile, according to the Secretary General of Indonesia Lecture Association (ADI), LGBT acts contribute deviant behavior and are not in accordance with human rights because human rights protect the right of citizens listed in the construction of law. Therefore, the basis of LGBT people say they have human right to behave is very wrong because it's clear that human rights in Indonesia do not support this LGBT. LGBT is not intimidated from birth. Being LGBT is a conscious choices. The development of the contemporary human rights has been shaped by Western thought and caused democracy, justice, freedom, gender equality, and human dignity to be equated with human rights in Western country. Human rights in a country will generally different because there is a construction that gets that affirmance of human rights in that area. That means with every reason that I mentioned, we cannot legalize LGBT in Indonesia because there's so many factors that can support LGBT. So hope you guys know what the point is. Thank you.